Loads of my friends who chop wood, when I'm talking to them, they say they just hit a log until it splits. They've got no ambition to cut different shapes and sizes. Well, I think we can do better than that. There are two cutting patterns that I really like, and with each log you choose what you're going to do. So let me draw it for you. Fundamentally, you read the log. This one doesn't really have any knots. We've got a major crack here, so let's take this one into pie shapes, making that the first split. The aim here is, having split that in half, you then cut classic pie-shaped pieces. Let's say we can split those. Then when you've got all of those, this point I find it quite difficult stacking, so I'll then cut it there. So I've got a little chunky bit, a bit to go with my kindling, and then a little chunky bit. So split these into pies, and then each of those pies, cut it again, so you've got nice little bits for the start of the fire, then nice squared chunky bits for the rest. Broke my crayon. Anyway, the other advantage of that is these pieces, the edge bits, which are fairly square, they stack really well. In your wood pile, these are great to stack. Anyway, that's pattern 1. Okay, let's turn this log over and I'll show you the other pattern I like, pattern 2. In pattern 2, essentially we're trying to cut just about everything into square blocks, and it only works with fairly big logs. But this is how I do it. This is how the old men in the forest taught me to do it. So, we're taking what sawmillers call slabbing. You take off a slab, sort of making a square. So now you've got 4 pieces of slab wood and a boxed heart or square, and then you split that in half, that in half. If you're happy with the blocks that size, that's great. If not, there's no reason why you can't split that in half and half again. These pieces of slabbing, I usually cut them into 3, sort of 1, 2, so you've got a squarish one. You've got these little triangular ones like here. If you just take off that end and take off that end, you've got a nice, fairly rectangular piece. And as I say, they stack really well. The secret to this is everything, just about everything, ends up either as a rectangle or a square, burns well, brilliant for stacking, and if the log's clean, it's just another really nice pattern to aim for. Big logs, small logs, and some slabbing. Okay, let's see if I can do it. The really important thing here is accuracy. As I say, anyone can hit a log with an axe, that's not the point. You've got to just choose, like that little mark there, I'll choose to try and make that my first strike, and if I miss it, I miss it, but I will try and hit that first. The only other thing I've learned is work towards home. If I'm trying to split down that blue line there, the first hit's there, just gentle, just enough to put a fracture in, the second one's there, and then I'll hit it hard here to finish the fracture and not damage my axe handle. Anyway, let's see if we can do it. Good splitting. There, that's what I wanted it to do. Hooray!